Hello, I'm Allison Ladon Daroui. Welcome to the Ladon method. We're gonna get right into it. Just move at your own pace. Take modifications wherever you need to. Today we're going to get started at the top of our mat. Bring your feet hip distance and parallel to one another. Let's sit the hips down low, reaching the fingertips high. So you want to trust yourself to sit back into your imaginary chair, trying to get the arms in line with your ears. From here, take a nice big inhale at center. Make sure the knees don't go past the toes. Keep your hips squared off to the front of your mat. On an exhale, we'll open up the chest towards the left. Inhale at center, exhale, open your chest towards the right. Inhale at center. From here on an exhale, we'll sit down a little bit lower. Find your airplane arms so your fingertips reach towards the back of the room. Palms are facing down. From here on an inhale, we'll rise it all the way up to standing, finding our cactus arms and reaching the chest high. Feel your shoulder blades move towards one another as you shine the heart upward. Taking another round of breath here. Feel that rotation of pelvis towards navel so you're engaging the core, protecting the low back. On an inhale, we'll take it to an upright. Reaching your fingertips high, relax your shoulders down. From here on an exhale, we'll fold it forward with a nice flat back, hinging forward at the hips. Relax your torso, relax your head and neck. Take a couple rounds of breath here to just relax the torso down, allowing everything to hang heavy. On your own time, on an inhale, we'll lift it up halfway with our nice flat back. On an exhale, we'll plant the palms, step it back to a high plank, top of a push-up. From here, we'll move through our chaturanga and up dog. You can always take a modification on the knees, leading with the chest as your elbows graze your side body, lowering it all the way down. You can take a low cobra, bringing your hands in line with the low ribs as you peel your chest off the mat, gluing down the tops of the feet onto the mat, engaging your quads, or you can move into an up dog where you allow the knees and thighs to lift off the mat. Wherever you are, shining the heart forward, creating space between the collarbones. Eventually we make our way into our down dog. Coming into that inverted V shape, feel your sit bones reach up and back, lengthening the spine. Feel your sit bones and the crown of the head reach in opposite directions. At the bottom of an exhale, you can step or jump to the top of the mat. On an inhale, let's sit the hips down low, reaching the fingertips high, coming into that chair pose. On an exhale, open up your chest to the left. Keep your hips squared off to the front. Inhale, take it to center. Exhale, open your chest towards the right. On an inhale, we'll take it to center. On an exhale, find your airplane arms. On an inhale, we'll rise it all the way up to standing. Find your cactus arms, reach your chest high. On an inhale, let's take it to an upright. On an exhale, we'll fold it forward. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back to your high plank. Moving through your flow, you can move it through your chaturanga and up dog, or that modification on the knees coming into that low cobra. Eventually, we'll meet in our down dog. Breathing into it here. Good. At the bottom of an exhale, you can step or jump to the top of your mat. On an inhale, sit the hips down low, reaching the fingertips high. On an exhale, let's just find those airplane arms this time. On your next inhale, we'll rise it up to our one leg Tadasana. So you're inviting your right leg with you, flexing your right foot. Bring your hands to heart center. We'll come into a warrior three with our hands at heart center, extending your right heel back, finding your stability here. You want to square off the hips with the mat. So you want to try to lower your right hip in line with the left. Feel that active pull in opposite directions. From here, we'll land in a crescent lunge stance. So your back heel is lifted off the mat. You're in a lunge position. We'll reach the fingertips high. Inhale, get tall. On an exhale, we're going to open the chest towards the towards the left, sorry. So keep your front knee right above the ankle. You're still in that lunge position. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. You might look towards that back thumb, challenging yourself a little bit more. We'll take it back to center. From here, opening it up to a warrior two. On an inhale, reversing it. On an exhale, take it into your extended side angle. On an inhale, we'll reverse our warrior. So you keep that nice bend in your front knee, lunging into it. And then we'll take it to an upright here. From here, lower your left fingertips onto the floor. We'll begin to scooch that back foot forward a little bit. There, right foot forward. And begin to lift your back foot off the mat, opening up your hips and chest towards the right side wall. Really flex your lifted foot. Try to get nice and open here. Make sure your left toes are still facing forward. Once you're ready, we'll land back in our warrior two. From here, on an inhale, let's reverse it. On an exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame your front foot, step it back to your high plank here. From here, we're going to lift our right toes off the mat, holding it, getting your body in that nice straight line. Get those shoulders right above the wrist. Try not to allow the hips to droop down or pop up. Lower your right foot down. Lift that left foot off the mat. Get your body flat as a board. I know your hips want to pop up or droop down, but feel that rotation of pelvis towards navel, engaging your core. Lower the foot down. From here, you can move straight into down dog, or you can move through your chaturanga and up dog. Taking your time here. Eventually, we'll meet in our down dog, taking a couple rounds of breath. Feel your sit bones reach up and back, lengthening the spine. On your own time, at the bottom of an exhale, you can step or jump to the top of the mat. Let's sit the hips down low, reaching the fingertips high. On an exhale, we'll find those airplane arms, feeling your fingertips reach towards the back of the room. On an inhale, we'll lift up to that one leg Tadasana, inviting the left leg with you. Pause for a moment, lower your left hip in line with the right, flex your left foot, bring your hands to heart center. Let's extend that left leg back, coming into our warrior three with prayer hands. Try to lower your left hip in line with the right. Good. Feel that seesaw effect, that active pull in opposite directions, allowing you to find your stability. And eventually we'll land in our crescent lunge stance. Making sure that your left heel is up towards the ceiling. So you're just planting that left sole of the foot. Nice bend in your front knee. Get that right knee right above the ankle. Let's reach the fingertips high, but relax your shoulders down, lengthening the spine as you inhale. As you exhale, we're going to open the chest to the right here. Good. Inhale, you might get taller. Exhale, maybe you twist more. You might bring your gaze towards that back thumb, challenging yourself a little bit more. Good. Once you're ready, we'll take it back to a crescent lunge, then we'll open it up to our warrior two. Your front heel is in line with the back arch. Actively reach out those nice strong warrior arms. On an inhale, let's reverse it, reaching it towards the back. Maintain that nice bend in your front knee. On an exhale, we'll come in to our extended side angle. Rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. On an inhale, let's reverse it. From here, let's take it to an upright. We're going to tense the right fingertips on the floor in front of your right toes. You can scooch that back foot forward a bit. Coming into our half moon here, you can bring your drishti, your point of focus, somewhere on the floor to help you balance. You'll begin to lift your back foot off the mat. Really flex that lifted foot once you have air. Feel that opening across the body, getting the arms wide. Good. Once you're ready, you can land back in your warrior two. On an inhale, let's reverse it. On an exhale, cartwheel your hands down, framing your front foot. From here, let's come onto our forearms in a forearm plank. You can bring your forearms parallel to one another, or you can interlace the fingers. Get your shoulders right above the elbows. From here, lift your right foot off the mat. You can stay here, or you can inch yourself forward and back, challenging yourself a little bit more for another 3, 2, 1. Lower the foot down. You can lift your left foot off the mat, inching yourself forward and back, moving at your own pace for another 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, let's lower the hips down. Get the forearms parallel to one another if they're not already there, and we'll come into a Sphinx pose. Press down the tops of the feet onto the mat. Engage your legs, engage your quads, those muscles right above the knees. Press your elbows into the mat as you feel your chest reach forward. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. And on your own time, you can lower it down, placing one hand on top of the other, resting your third eye, the center of your forehead, onto the back of one hand. And you can allow your heels to fall open to the sides, releasing tension from the low back. You might rock your forehead right to left to massage your third eye. Good. Once you're ready, we're gonna make our way back into our tabletop, back into our down dog. Take your time to get there. Good. At the bottom of an exhale, you can step or jump to the top of the mat. We'll sit the hips down low, reaching the fingertips high in our chair pose. On an exhale, find those airplane arms. On an inhale, let's rise it all the way up to that one leg Tadasana, inviting the right leg with us this time. Reaching your fingertips high, getting nice and tall. Bringing your hands to heart center. Let's once again come into that warrior three with our prayer hands, extending your right heel back, finding your stability, find your point of focus, and you might begin to reach your fingertips forward, feeling that active pull in opposite directions. Good. Breathing into it. And then from here, we'll land in our crescent lunge stance. Open up your chest towards the left, actively reaching the fingertips in opposite directions. Take it back to center. Allow your right fingertips to graze the back of your right thigh and reach your chest high, feeling your left palm reach towards the back of the room. From here, we'll take it to an upright, opening it to a warrior two. On an inhale, reverse it. Reach it towards the back. You're maintaining that nice bend in your front knee. Make sure your left toes are facing directly forward. From here, we'll take it to an upright. We're gonna make our way into our half moon again. So you can tent the fingertips in front, your left fingertips in front of those left toes, or you might just play around with lifting off, finding your stability, flexing that lifted foot. And even if you tent the fingertips, maybe play around with lifting your fingertips up off the mat. Then we'll land back into our warrior two. We're going to repeat our half moon a few times here. So take your time, playing with your stability. You might even challenge yourself if your fingertips are tented to bring your fingertips to your shin or ankle. Really flex that lifted foot. It will make you feel a lot more balanced, and find your point of focus somewhere on the floor will also help you feel a lot more balanced. We'll land back in that warrior two. Inhale, reverse it. Let's take one more round. Boop. Good, breathing into it. See how wide you can get. Then from here, on an inhale, let's reverse it. On an exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame your front foot. Step it back to your high plank, top of a push-up. From here, bring your right hand slightly in and forward. We'll allow both heels to fall towards the right, coming into a side plank. You can bring that lifted arm overhead. You might bring your left leg high, finding your stability, really feeling that nice side body stretch. From here, let's square it, shoulder distance from one another, and let's take a few chaturanga push-ups. You can always take the modification on the knees, and from here, you can lower all the way down. You can come into a low cobra, or maybe you might come into your up dog. Take your time. Eventually, we'll all meet in our down dog. Feel those sit bones reach up and back, lengthening the spine. At the bottom of an exhale, you can step or jump to the top of the mat. Let's sit those hips down low, reaching the fingertips high. On an exhale, we'll find airplane arms. On our inhale, let's rise it up to standing, inviting the left leg with us. Bring your hands to heart center. Let's come into that warrior three with our prayer hands, actively reaching your left heel towards the back of the room, feeling that pull in opposite directions. Then we'll begin to reach the fingertips forward, working towards getting the arms in line with the ears. Keep your hips squared off to the mat. Then we'll land in our crescent lunge stance. Remember, in your crescent lunge, you want your right knee right above the ankle. Your back heel is lifted off of the mat. Inhale, get tall. On an exhale, we'll open up the chest towards the right side here. Inhale, you might get a little bit taller. Exhale, you might twist a little bit more. Then we'll take it back to center. From here, we're going to bring the left fingertips to graze the left thigh. We're going to reach our chest up towards the ceiling. So your left fingertips are just lightly placed on your hamstring. You're reaching your chest up towards the ceiling. You're feeling your right palm reach towards the back. Feel your belly button move towards the spine. It helps to protect your low back. Then we'll make our way into our warrior two. From here, on an inhale, reversing it. Exhale, come into your extended side angle. From here, we'll reverse it, and then we're gonna play with our half moon. You can tent your fingertips here and begin to lift your back foot off the mat, or you might just lift off, playing with your balance here, getting nice and tall. You might bring your fingertips to your shin or ankle to play with your balance, and then we'll land back in our warrior two. So I wanna make sure that that front knee is moving in line with the toes, so adjust the foot if it begins to turn inward. All right, let's take a couple more rounds. Moving at your own pace, really playing with our balance here. Good. From here, we'll reverse it, and then we'll take it into one more. Beautiful. From here, we'll return to our warrior two. Make sure you have that nice bend in your front knee. We'll inhale, reversing it this time. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, framing your front foot, step it back to your high plank. We'll bring the left palm slightly in and forward. Allow both heels to fall towards the left side of the mat, coming into your side plank on this side. And you might begin to lift your right foot high. You might begin to bring that right arm overhead in line with the ear, reaching the fingertips forward. See where you want to take it. And from here, we'll take it into our high plank. From here, let's take it onto our forearms. From your forearms, you can just inch your shoulders forward and back if you want to challenge yourself a little bit in your low plank, where you can find stillness, breathing into it, and wherever you are, we'll drop onto our knees and take a child's pose for a few breaths. Just taking a moment to reacquaint yourself with your breath if you lost it along the way. Good. On your own time, let's take it back to a tabletop. We'll curl the toes under, lifting the hips up and back, returning to our down dog. From here, at the bottom of an exhale, you can step or jump to the top of your mat. We'll sit those hips down low, reaching the fingertips high. From here, we're going to sit low, then we're going to rise up, extending one heel forward. So you want to try to keep your head right above the pelvis. You're working towards eventually getting the heel in line with the hip. You'll lower the foot back to the position it left from, sitting down low, reaching your fingertips high. Feel that rotation of pelvis towards navel, so your spine is neutral. We'll rise up, extending the opposite heel forward. All right, moving through at your own pace. Good. And you're just extending that heel forward, engaging the leg, not just flinging the leg, all right? Let's remember that. Good. Moving through for another 3, another 2, another 1. Beautiful. All right, from here, now we're gonna do the one where we sit our hips down low and we extend the outside of the foot to that in-between spot. So it's not moving straight back, it's not moving straight out to the side, but the outside of the foot is moving in that in-between point. All right, so you should really feel it in your glute here. And you're keeping your hips squared off to the front of the mat. You're not turning your hips with that lifted leg. So you keep your hips stationary, you're just lifting the leg. We lower the foot back down to the position it left from. We sit down, we come onto the other side, finding our airplane arms. Moving through at your own pace. Maybe sit down a little bit lower if it's accessible. Just don't allow the knees to go past the toes. Good, make sure you're breathing here. Good. Let's move through for another 3, another 2, another 1. Good. Let's sit those hips down low once more. Find your airplane arms. Inhale. Let's rise it up to standing. Invite your left leg with you. Bring your left ankle above your right knee. Bring your hands to heart center. Sit your hips back and down. Really flex that left foot. Trusting yourself to sit back into that imaginary chair. Seeing where your depth is here. You can stay pretty lifted. Or your hands might come all the way down onto the mat. Maybe your forearms are touching the calf. Just see where you want to take it. From here, we'll rise it up. Reach your knee high. Extend your heel forward. Bring your hands to heart center, bent at the knee. Extend your heel back, coming into your warrior 3. Then we'll rise it all the way back up to standing. From here, let's sit those hips down low. Find your airplane arms. Let's rise it up with that right leg, bending at the knee, really flexing that right ankle. Bring your right ankle right above that left knee, hands to heart center. You're taking that figure 4 Utkatasana on this side, sitting your hips back and down. Try not to allow that left knee to go past the toes. See where your depth is on this side. Breathing into it And slowly rise it up to standing, reaching the fingertips high, extending your heel forward. Bring your hands to heart center. Let's extend the heel back. And then from here, we'll take it back to standing. Let's bring the arms high overhead. Interlace all but your index fingers. Get the arms nice and close towards your ears. And then from here, feel that rotation of pelvis towards navel. Your spine is nice and long. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, let's lift up and over towards the right. Good. On an inhale, let's take it to an upright. On an exhale, let's lift it up and over to the other side. Really feeling that side body stretch. Good. Take it back to center. Take another round here. Maybe lifting a little bit further up and over towards the right. See where your depth is. Good. Taking it back to an upright. Let's lift it up and over to the other side, to that left side. Feeling that length all along your side body. Let's take it back to center. Feel your belly button move towards the spine. Feel that rotation of pelvis towards navel. Reach your chest high, taking a little mini back bend, shining the heart upward. We'll take it to an upright, allowing the hands to melt through heart center. Take a nice round of breath here and relax your arms by your sides. Great job, everyone. That was 21 minutes. You did great. I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you. Bye.